Just be quiet. Just comply. Don't say anything they say. No. Because obviously either way, you're going to kill me. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to my video, and I want to start off by saying thank you all for subscribing, thank you all for supporting my channel, and I hope you all continue to do so in the future. I had a bunch of story times lined up. I was actually going to record one today, however, because of the recent events, I want to focus on this. This is more important. So I want to just go ahead and apologize in advance. If you see me looking this way, I'm looking at my notes because I had to write these things down because I tried to talk about this subject on Snapchat, but it ended up being all over the place. Like I said, I want to work on being more articulate, and the only way I can do so is to practice. So for now, I'm going to be writing down my notes, and I want to make sure that I express all my ideas and my opinions thoroughly. So let's get into the video. I'm not going to apologize for anything that I say in this video. These are simply my opinions. I think in today's society, we need to just learn to agree to disagree. You do not have to agree with everything that I say, and that is fine. So I'm not going to argue with you all in the comments. That's not the type of person I am. So if you feel the need to comment. So I have broken my video into a few segments. One, is where I'll be covering the story. 2 is where I'll talk about a few of my experiences and other family members' experiences with the police. And then I'll be talking about the problem that I see as far as different things that have been going on social media, and I have my solution. So if you've been on social media lately, I'm pretty sure you've heard about the horrific events that have happened over the past week or so, starting with the death of Mr. Alton Sterling. We're going to talk about that one first. Mr. Alton Sterling was a CD man. He sold CDs outside of a local convenience store that he has been selling CDs at for a while now, from what I'm getting. And the police received a call that he was, I guess, basically disturbing the peace, or that he was violent and he had a gun. Before reading this, right before recording this video, I didn't know anything about that. So I'm only going on based off of what I saw on the video. And what I saw off of the video, to me, did not look like proper protocol. If you receive a call from an anonymous caller about someone having a gun and you arrive to the scene, I would think your first measure of action would be to get over the little intercom thing. Hello, we have you surrounded. Can you please put your hands up and get on the ground? We heard that you have a gun. Well, you know, something of that nature, but that did not happen. When the police arrived to that event, they, from what I saw, bum rushed the man to the ground, pushed him under the car, smushed his face into the concrete, okay, and then tell him to be still and all this other stuff. How can I be still when your knee is in my back? How can I be still when you're smushing me? I cannot breathe. You're hurting me. Get off of me. Now, you don't just jump out of your car and instantly bum rush somebody. Why should I be okay with someone cursing in my face, pushing me, hitting me, regardless of what uniform you have on? This is not slavery. I don't have to comply if I feel like you're in the wrong and you're treating me improperly. Just because someone has a badge, just because someone is in a uniform, does not mean that you have the right to just do whatever you want to do. No. Did you learn that in your training classes at the police station? Did they teach you that? The first thing that you do when you walk up to a situation is tackle somebody and push them to the ground and punch them and kick them. No, that is not what you learn. So I agree with all of these people. And there was one lady that made a video about if you're scared, that you don't need to be a policeman. And that is very, very true. I agree with everything that she said in that video. If you are a policeman and you instantly go into fight or flight mode or whatever everybody keeps bringing up, then you don't need to be a policeman. There are different ways to diffuse a situation. Even if he had a gun, when I saw the video, he didn't have the gun out. He wasn't waving it around, aiming it at the police. So why would you feel the need to tackle this man and do all that they did in that video? I think it was a little extra. And I think sometimes the police go on power trips. Some questions that I had about the events that happened with Mr. Alton Sterling is, why didn't the store clerk say anything? He just basically sat there and recorded. If this is someone, as they've stated multiple times, or as I've read or heard multiple times, this is someone that he knew. This is someone who was at his shop on the daily selling CDs. This is someone that you've probably grown a relationship with, and someone that you know, care about, someone that you know, your friends or whatever the case may be. So why didn't he say anything? If this is your store and you knew he wasn't doing anything wrong on the outside of your store and you know this man, why didn't you say, hey, or try to get in between them? Not saying that that's a smart idea, but when push comes to shove, that's, you know, somebody that you care about. That's somebody that you're cool with. You're just sitting here recording. You're not helping the matter. And I know, like I said, it's probably not a smart idea to get involved in a situation like this. But if you know that that man was not in the wrong, why did you just sit there quietly and record? At least if you were going to record, you could have said, hey, leave him alone. Hey, you didn't have to push him like that. Why are you being so rough with him? He wasn't doing anything wrong. What are you all doing? Why are you doing this? This is my store. It's okay. I told him he could sell CDs in front of this place. Why didn't he say anything? And I'm not even saying that it was the store clerk's fault, but at the same time, all these videos are surfacing of our people dying and no one is doing anything about it other than recording. Step in. Another issue I have when it comes to these instances is that, like the Harambe situation, everybody was in an uproar about that. And as soon as they posted a picture of those people on the news, the first thing they brought up was the man's criminal record. The first thing that people like to bring up about Mr. Alton Sterling is his criminal record. What does that have to do with anything? At the time that this event went down, when the police pulled up to that corner store, they knew nothing about him. They didn't know his criminal record, whether he had been a rapist, a murderer, or whatever. They didn't know. I don't think they know that. They may have, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't know anything about this person. All you know is based off of whatever you heard on the call. So when people bring up stuff like that, it really, what does that have to do with anything? It's like you're trying to justify taking someone's life. And that's not cool. Okay. People bring up black on black crime as if we are the only people who kill each other. The fact of the matter is, you kill within your demographic. Asian people are crowded in Asian neighborhoods, so they kill Asian people. White people in trailer parks are surrounded by white people in trailer parks, so what happens? They have their little shootouts, they kill each other. Black people live in the hood, they're in gangs, so guess what? They kill each other because they're rival gangs. This is not a thing that just happens within the black community. Stop trying to make it like it is. I think when people bring up things like black on black crime, and I even saw someone trying to pin the LGBT community against, or the Orlando shooting against this shooting, this is not the time for that. That's not what we're focusing on. Black people need to focus. Okay, stay focused. I don't understand why these things are allowed on Facebook. Why is it that I can see something as joyous as seeing a child take its first steps, and then the next 5 minutes I'm seeing someone be murdered? Why is that okay? And it's kind of like you have to share it because you need to make people more aware, but at the same time, I shouldn't be seeing anyone die on Facebook. I have never seen someone be killed before until I got on Facebook. Why is that okay? It's naked people on the internet getting banned every day, but someone getting shot laying there with a bloody t-shirt on Facebook Live. Well, I've seen some of the videos be taken down, but why is that okay? It's not okay. Please, sometimes you have to be careful with what you share online. Sometimes you just have to log off, because once you see things like that, it desensitizes us. And sometimes it can be too much. So be careful with what you share. Make sure, I'm not saying don't share, because like I said, people have to be aware, but share positive things as well. Don't just share things like that on your timeline. And another issue that I have when it comes to social media, when it comes to the way that people try to paint black people, is as if we're savages. We're mean, we're cruel, we're rude, we're angry black people. But we are one of, or if not the most loving groups of people in the world. Black people are so accepting of others when it comes to them taking our culture or trying to participate in the things that we do. We give people black cards. Who else does that? And despite slavery, despite all of the things that you all say about us in the media, we love you anyways. And it's so crazy to me how people make jokes about white people locking doors when they see black people walk by. Why are you locking your doors? You're killing us. My history tells me that you all are responsible for mass genocides. You nearly eliminated an entire race of people, Native American people. You take things that are not yours, and then you claim that they are yours. And your policemen, white policemen, are slaughtering African American people, and you're locking your doors when I walk by? I should be afraid of you. When you walk by, I should say, oh my God, a white person. Like, are you kidding me? In a situation like this, we like to focus on the negative. And also a problem that I'm seeing is people are saying, oh, now you want to be active. Now you want to be an advocate. Now you want to change your profile picture. If it takes something like this to move somebody enough to finally start participating in Black Matters, or participating when it comes to Black issues, let that person participate. Don't worry about how long it took them to get here. Now they're here. Now they're conscious. Now they're awake. Now they're starting to take a stance, and that's okay. Not everyone is brave enough to participate. Not everyone reacts the same way. It doesn't